Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at how to model a how to model a table. And this is the table design. And what we need to focus on is to get these softer edges. All right. So this is the object, and if you zoom in, you can see that the edges are softer, and that's the table. All right. So to create, we'll save this. How will you go about creating this table? Because there are a couple of elements. One thing is this circle, the other one is this circle. Okay, and then this comes down, it's attached to this, and then there's a leg down as well. So we can use a tube to create one of the elements, which is this part. Okay, now you can start with some standard primitives like a tube that I'm creating, and then uh, you can go from there. So if you go to edged faces, you will have to decide how many segments. So these are the decisions that you have to make, how to go about it, how much should be the thickness. So I'm going to use a thickness of 3, radius of 50, and then the other radius of 47. So you get a circle of 3 by 3 by 3, and now we know that there are 4 elements. Okay, uh, so we need polygons. So we'll only model half of the chair, 1/4 of the table, sorry, and then we can rotate it 4 times. So we need to, so these rounds, so we'll model this part only, this part, and then we will rotate it 4 times to get the other 4 parts. So I need a model which is symmetrical on 2 axes. So you can see that there's an edge here and an edge here. So this is half, this another half, and there's an edge here and edge here. So this 1, 2, 3, and 4 are symmetrical. All right. And when we're modeling, for simplicity, it's important that we create the bottom part in the front view here, the round part. We don't want to do it at an angle. It will become very difficult to model it at an angle. So we will model this 1/4 part, and then we'll rotate it around instead of modeling this 1/4 and then modeling everything at 45 degrees angle is complicated. Alright, so to make things simple, what we can do is, now the height, whether it is less or more, really doesn't matter. So we can simply copy this up. So shift move to copy. Alright, so we have this top and the bottom part, and then we can create a box. Alright, so now the box is also 3 by 3, and whatever this number is doesn't really matter. So this box will be here. We can simply copy it 4 places. Alright, so you can see that you get this part. Now we need a circle here. So I can simply rotate this and turn the angle snap on to make it 90 degrees. Okay, and then I'll make this 10, and this can be 7. Then this can be reduced to 10. Okay, so you can get this U there, and you have to then try to understand how big that U is. So it seems like quite a big one. So maybe you can make it this 9 and maybe 12. Alright? And then this will go like this. Alright? And then this length can be increased later on. Alright? So now this object, you have to align it properly. The other thing important to understand here is that this object is straight here and there's a curve here. So you can add a bend modifier and bend this in X, right? And then you can decide how much the bend should be. I think that 30 degrees works well for this curve. Okay, let us try 25. Okay, even 25 works well. So you can have like a bend. So this object is bending this way and this way. Alright. So this is the basic of how you will start. Alright. Now the other way to do it is you can start from a box, a cube, and I will start by a 3 by 3 cube. Alright. So this is other approach that you can take. So I'll convert this into editable poly. So this is the bottom of this, which is here. Then we need these two extrusions. So what I'll do is select top and extrude it by 3. Extrude by 3. Then we'll select this, control select this. Okay, and extrude it twice. So we got this side, this side. Then we need the height. Select the height, extrude maybe a few times. This can be stretched later on. So now we need to create this U. So I'll select this, control select this, and extrude. I wanted to extrude it twice. Okay, select this, control select this, extrude. Okay, so we got the U. Then we need this, control select this, extrude, and then you got this. So we got half of this, and now here it is sharp. So let us go back to our image. So you can see that this has a sharp corner here, but this is smooth. Alright, so we have same topology here and here. So we need this to be smooth. So to do that, we will use the cut tool. We'll cut from here to here. Then we'll cut from here to here. We'll do the same thing from the other side. From here to here. From here to here. Alright, so we're done with the cut tool, we'll close it. Now this edge needs to go. So these two, and because of this also. So these edges will have control and remove. Alright, so those edges were removed. So I'll do the same thing here. And I double click and control double click is a faster way to do. Control remove. Okay, so go to vertex mode and make sure there are no vertices in the middle here, because if you don't hit the control, the vertices will remain. And now you can then select these edges, control these, control this, and connect. And then you can then use that to then model it to get a U. Okay, so this is another way to do it. So what will happen is, the other thing is to get the smoothness. So if you add a mesh smooth to this, with 2 iterations, everything is extremely smooth. Okay, so you go to edges, you select this edge, and then this is where these tools come handy. You have to ring them. Alright, so all of these are selected, and you have to do it step by step. Right, so you select all these, and then you need to connect them, make 2 of these, you need to stretch them apart, and then say 80 seems like a good number. Alright, and then you have to do the same thing on this side, so control ring. Alright, so you can see that these are selected, all these are selected. And then you have to connect and accept. Okay, so this is done, so I can select these, control ring these, connect, select this, so all these are selected, connect. Okay, so you have to make sure that all of these will need one line there, okay, these are remaining, control okay, connect them. These are remaining, control ring it, connect it. Okay, so we are creating extra geometry on all sides. every edge has to be two edges on both sides. So this edge has 1 and 2. These are going to be connected, so we're not worried about this. We needed one here. We need one here because we have one here. Then we'll need one here and here as well, and I will explain you why. So let us look at this. So now we get this nice smooth edge. After the mesh smooth, we need this to be sharp here. This to be, see, we got this one sharp, but we need this to be sharp and this to be sharp. So I'll go to the edge, select these edges, and this time we don't need any extra one here. So this will go up. This will be negative. Okay, and then we get those sharpness. Here also we need that sharpness. Negativity here. Select this. Connect. Okay. Now to get this curve, we can use this as a reference. Alright, and that's what we are going to do. We'll be using a reference. This will be, say, 30. We'll need nice and smooth object. So I'll try to align it. So it will be somewhere here. So we need to get this shape. Okay. So you can add a few connections. Make this 0, make this 0. And then you simply need to work on the curves. That looks good. So we have these 2 points, so this needs to move further up. This can be moved further up. So we'll try to match one line. This has to be straight. So we can select these 2 and move it here. These 2 move here. Okay. So you can see that this is inside. So this can be inside also. This can be inside also. So you can use a reference like that. Now what you can do is, we need to get rid of this mesh mode now. I'll just show you one more step how we are going to connect it, and then we can go ahead and duplicate this many times. Before that, what we can do is, so for example, we can again place this here. Okay. And then we can add a bend modifier to this. Bend along X. I think 25 is what we had used. X is not right. Direction 90. Minus 90. Okay. Try 30, 40, 50. So 50 looks good. So we got one side done. Hierarchy, we can move the pivot to the center here. So that it can be shift rotated 90 degrees 3 times. Okay, so these two control this, control this. Okay, and then we will have to add edit poly again on top. And then we can attach this, this, and this. And select this, grow it, or just select this, control select this, grow both, then we can bridge them. I don't know why it was twisted, but now it looks right. And then you can decide how many lines you want. Alright, and then you can then use another reference to make this smooth from the top view. Okay, maybe you can rotate this itself. An angle like this. So you can select these and again align them to make it smooth. Okay, and a mesh smooth modifier. Solves the problem of the smoothness. Okay, so you get a smooth object which has the curve and all the elements required. This is one way to do it. The other way is to work with these. So we already have this curve, we already have this curve, we already have this curve. Now we just have to select any one. Alright, so we need a separate object. We don't want anything intersecting each other. So this thing I'll make 3 and I'll shift copy it here. Okay. Now if you're working on this one, we'll work on this in the next video. Okay.